So in January of 2022, I bought an M1 MacBook Pro. I needed a new one. My old one was 7 years old, and it was time. That thing was getting old, but this happened to it 6 to 7 months into having it. I got the dreaded cracked screen on there. And if y'all know anything about Apple and their warranty, like cracked screen, that's one thing that they do not cover, especially since there's so many different ways that screens can get cracked. And to top that off, I did not get the Apple Care on it, which you pay like $350 or something for it. And then whenever something does happen, I think you pay $100 and then they fix it for whatever it costs. Well, I looked up, I got some info about how much a new screen on this M1 MacBook Pro would cost. I got the 16-inch one, and it is $888, I want to say, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. So I got this cracked screen and I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? Of course, you get online and you start looking at like, what's going on? What can I do here? How do I fix this? All that type of stuff. And I came across some really interesting stuff, and that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys. So apparently this is a very common issue with MacBooks. On this particular one, because I got on, I believe it was Reddit and maybe some blog posts, and they were like, yeah, I got this happened to me, barely put any pressure on it, and it just happened. So let me explain to you guys what happened in my situation. I was at my friend's house doing some work because I was on a trip. I closed my computer that night, put it away, I opened it up the next morning, and the crack was there. Like, I literally have no clue what caused that crack. And so I printed out Apple's 1-year limited warranty so that I would know what I was getting myself into with this. I bought it from Costco, and I read Costco's receipt, and it says on top of the 1-year warranty, Costco will give you an extra year of warranty. So I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna call them first, but I can also call Apple support too, because I know that I have this warranty. I'm within my 1-year warranty, right? So I have some kind of thing going on here. But I started seeing all these different blog posts and Reddit posts about people having this crack issue. It's like, okay, let me call up Apple. Let's see what's going on. So I get on the phone, I call up the Apple support number, and they were kind of like, oh yeah, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's because they didn't know the extent of what the crack was and all that type of stuff. They said, you know, your best bet is probably to go into an Apple store and have someone actually look at it and blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay. So there's an Apple store that's an hour and 15 minutes from me in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I live in Lafayette, Louisiana. So she went ahead and scheduled that appointment for me so that I would have it on the books. She gave me a time, all that mess. In the meantime, though, I had a couple of days in between there. I was like, okay, let me go down to Costco and let's figure this stuff out. But during those few days before I went to Costco, I had a couple of extra things come up on my computer. I noticed this right here. There is a court case that has been brought on by some lawyers for all these Apple screens breaking, because there have been so many. There's an entire court case. I think it's a civil court. I couldn't even tell you. United States District Court, Northern District of California. Class action complaint, jury trial demanded against Apple. It's Nestor Ameldia on behalf of others similarly as the plaintiff and Apple as the defendant. Look, here's the court case number if you guys want to pause the video, and y'all can look that up if y'all want to get all this information. So there was this court case that came up. I was like, ooh, okay, that's some ammunition for me that I can use on the guy at Costco, right? Then I got to looking even more, and whenever I called up Apple, their support line, they said something about customer right laws, and I'd never heard that before. So I was like, what in the world is customer right laws? So I was Googling that, right? Apple customer right laws. And so it pulled up this web page with all these different countries that had these laws, these customer rights laws, and in the top it said like Canada, US, and somewhere else, I can't remember what it was, but it only gave me PDFs for the Canada one. So I was like, okay, I need to dig into this a little bit more. And I found this right here from the Federal Trade Commission. It's the Magnuson Moss Warranty Federal Trade Commission's Improvements Act. And this is it right here. It's just this little paragraph right there. It basically says, if your item that you bought is not working as it was intended to work, then the warranty needs to cover that. If the company does not warrant that, then you have something that you can work with here, right? Then I'm in Louisiana, and also noticed that there was, from the Office of Justice Programs, there's the Louisiana Unfair Trade Practice and Consumer Protection Act, an analysis. And every state, I believe, has something like this. So whatever state you're in, you should look it up. And this is more just ammo that you have to be able to bring to the store whenever you go there. So I also got online, too. And I was watching YouTube videos, you know, crack screen MacBook M1 results or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I typed in. And I found this guy who's from Australia, though, which I think Australia, that was the other country that was on that list that I couldn't remember. United States, Canada, and Australia. And he was saying how, yeah, I went and sent in my MacBook using the like where you send your MacBook and then they send it back to you. And he got it back, fixed, no bill of sale. They covered everything, I'm assuming under the warranty, but he had the same type of crack. So it gave me even more hope. I was like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to go to Costco and we're going to get this thing at least fixed, because these laws right here, these two, they say that if the company does not warrant it, like they don't, what you're supposed to be able to get from them is either the thing fixed, an exchange, or all of your money back based on that the purchasing price that you paid for it. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe I can go and get the new one if I want to. So I go to Costco. I got my receipt there. I show her my receipt. I tell her what's going on. I told her about, you know, there's a court case going on between this. She was like, you know, it's out of the 90-day return policy that we do here, but this is the technical support number that you need to call. She gave me the number. So I immediately, like while I was in Costco, I called that number. I went and sit down in the food court, and then I realized I might be on hold for a little bit. So let me go run a couple of errands while I'm on hold. And so I finally get to some guy. And this guy, Mac user, he loves talking about Mac products. He's had experience with them. And I told him my situation. I told him about all these different things that I found out about this computer. You know, the warranty, the consumer right laws, the court case that's going on. I had my receipt. I was ready. And he kind of told me the same type of thing that I was thinking, and that I was heard from the support people at Apple. He was like, you know, it's a cracked screen. Apple usually doesn't warranty these things. You know, it's in their warranty. They're not going to do it. But your best bet is to go to the Apple store, and hopefully someone will have some sympathy for you and they'll understand the situation, especially since it was just closed and opened and then there was the crack. And so I said, so you're telling me that what I need to do is go to my Apple appointment, drive the hour and 20 minutes it is to get to there, and see what they can do for me. And he was like, if I were you, I would want to talk to someone in person about this so that they can, you know, you can really communicate with them well. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's make this happen. I still get, you know, I got it from Costco. I still have that extra warranty on there, so I have that to play with. But I had all my paperwork in my bag. I had all my paperwork. I had my receipt. I had my MacBook. I get to the Apple store. I'm a little early. I like to do that. I get there, and they take down, you know, your name and number. Oh, I have an appointment. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's cracked screen. Okay, yeah, okay. We'll call you. Go to the back, and whenever we're ready, we'll let you know. And so I get back there. I'm sitting back there, you know, kind of sweating a little bit just because I'm nervous, because I got all this ammunition and I'm ready to like unload and let's get this thing done. I want to win this, all right? I want to win. And so I'm sitting there, and guy comes up to me. Eddie, this is what's going on. I got this MacBook here, and it's got a cracked screen. He said, oh, okay. I opened and they said, you know, can you show it to me? I said, yeah, sure. I opened it up and he says, yeah, I see it right here. It's just one line going down. I was like, yeah, it's just that one, it's like a little hairline. I said, you know, I rubbed my finger across it and I can't even feel a break in the glass. So it's something on the LCD screen is what I think. And he was like, yeah, I feel that too. Okay, I need to go run some diagnostics because they do this with all their customers that come in with repairs. You have to run diagnostics to make sure that there was no other type of issue with the computer. So he says it'll take about 5 minutes. I said, okay, Eddie, that's cool. In the meantime, I got all my paperwork on the side of me. I'm making some notes for questions that I want to ask him. And he comes back, he says, okay, diagnostics went great. You have a cracked screen. There is an issue here, but he said you are under this warranty, and so we're gonna be able to fix this for you at no charge. I was like, oh my gosh! And guess what? I got it. So I'm curious to know, in this box, is this screen fixed? That's what I don't know yet because I haven't unboxed it yet. So we're gonna do that in this video. But I gotta tell you guys the issue here because I saw the Reddit posts. I saw other people's pictures of their cracked screens and they were different from mine. Y'all saw my picture. Look, if you look at it really closely, it's this one little hairline crack right here. It kind of goes all the way down to here and you get these vertical lines going through it. And once you have that, this little hairline crack, it's not a shatter. That's, I think, the differentiating factor, is if you just have the one line. He was like, oh, it's just one line? Okay, we should be good. Let me take it to the back, you know, do the thing and whatnot. Then, as I was looking through the Reddit posts, I saw people with like, it almost looks like a bullet hole type of thing, and then the shatter's all on the side, and the whole screen's kind of cracked up. That's not gonna be covered. Apparently, from what I understand, there's like, if a little tiny piece of gets in between the housing of the Mac and the lid and it crushes a little piece of the screen, it creates these like little indentions in the LCD and that makes them have this hairline crack in there. And apparently it's a big issue and hopefully, you know, with this court case and everything, Apple's gonna kind of come clean on some of this or do something there. I don't know exactly, but they are warranting those through the warranty, which is very, very nice. But it makes me kind of skeptical as far as the future goes for me. I only have about 6 more months with this thing, but Eddie, remember Eddie, our Apple guy? He told me that once I get the computer back, I can call Apple, and if I want, I can add Apple Care onto the computer. So I'm thinking that I might do that because that's only $350, I think is what he said, plus $100 if something does happen. So for $400, $500, I can get a new MacBook and a screen that normally is gonna cost like $800 to $900 to fix. So, and it gives me 3-year warranty as opposed to just the 1 year. So the question for me is, how long is this computer gonna last? Because my last computer lasted until 7 years, maybe even 8 years. Like, these things last, and that's the thing that I like about them the most. The problem is that we have this dadgum screen issue, and so I have to decide if I want to buy the Apple Care, pay the extra money to cover the screen. Actually, I would love to know what you guys think of that. Should I get the Apple Care? If you have Apple products, do you get Apple Care? Let me know down in the comments below, because that might sway my decision. But let's get into this thing. Is this thing fixed? This is what a box comes back from Apple. Your computer, whenever you send it off to the tech, this is what it's gonna look like. So you got a little diagram right here of, I guess, how you should unpack it. Let's see, you get some, it's like some nice protection on here. I'm trying to get it out of the box, give me just a second. So it comes all like this. All this foamy type stuff on the bottom, 2 pieces. You got this on the side right here. Another piece on the side right here. Little paperwork. Let me make sure there's no sensitive information on there. I think that we're good. But it just says what they did. Lid angle sensor, power cable physical damage, display space gray, enclosure broken, display multi-crack. It wasn't a multi-crack, it was just one crack. That's kind of interesting. But there's no There's no receipt. There's no bill of sale that I have to respond to, so that's great. Let's get this thing out. Comes this little sack here. Okay, MacBook Pro. This is definitely a new case right here, and I know because mine was a little more scuffed up and whatnot. I shouldn't say so. It was, had prints on it and whatnot. So let me open this thing up. Yes! Look at that! No crack. The screen turns on, and that is me right there. Don't I look so good? I look so good right there. I love it. So, if you guys, case in point, if you guys are having an issue with your Mac screen, it's just a little hairline crack, and you're still under warranty, bring it to the Apple Store, go and talk to someone. If you're in Louisiana, go to the one in Baton Rouge and talk to Eddie, because Eddie is awesome. I really enjoyed my interaction with Eddie. He was super helpful. You know, I talked about all the questions that I wrote down and everything. He was able to answer most of them, or at least give me his thoughts on it. Because one of the questions I have is, look, is it going to be a newer screen that's not going to break, or am I going to have the same kind of issue with this? And he was like, you know, I don't know. It's probably going to be the same one, but you have that Costco warranty. And I was like, oh yeah, how does that work since it goes through them? He was like, if I had to guess, like you're going to have to pay the money, but then the Costco team will reimburse you for whatever that expense was. So that is super awesome. I just don't know if it's going to cover that cracked screen because we had, you know, in their warranty, it says that it doesn't. Maybe if I take it to the Apple Store first and then they kind of give me a thing, then I can take that piece of paper to Costco and they can, I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm a little up in the air. But very excited to be back in business right here with my good old M1 MacBook Pro. So if you guys are having issues with that, if I can find all this information here online, for all the warranty and the case and all that, I'll link it up below. If you guys want to go and get yourself a MacBook, I'll link it up below. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all want to see my original unboxing of this MacBook, I'm going to put that right there on the screen. You guys go and click that video. I'd love to know y'all's experience with Apples down in the comment below. And Dad out.